Less than 1% of the 16.4 million Americans who served during World War II are still with us today to share their stories. 97-year-old Chester Hobbs of Anderson, Missouri is one of them. KOAM's Samantha Walker had the honor to sit down with the veteran to learn more about his years of service.
You feel like there's something wrong somewhere, but you didn't know where.
At 97 years old, Chester Hobbs is a proud, lifelong resident of McDonald County. But in 1945, at 18 years old, he, like many of his generation, answered the call to join the fight in World War II.
They all needed help around. They were taking all the old men with babies and families. And I thought a young man should get in there and help.
For 3 years, he served in the army in Italy, eventually becoming a corporal. During this time, he was part of Patton's Fifth Army and worked as a medic, military police, and a tank driver.
They were needing tank drivers, so they selected me because I had drove a Caterpillar. So they gave me my license and away I went.
For his service, Corporal Hobbs received several honors, including a Presidential Unit Citation and an Army of Occupation Medal. He says a highlight from his time of service was getting the opportunity to meet future President General Dwight D. Eisenhower and represent McDonald County.
Asked where I was from, and I told him. He said, "That's down in the country where I live. It's close to Camp Crowder." So he was really familiar with the place, with this part of the country.
While Corporal Hobbs returned from Italy at the end of the war, he says he felt like he couldn't quite celebrate, as his brother was still fighting in the Pacific.
They were still doing pretty good fighting over there.
When his brother was able to return, then his family felt as though they could celebrate a victory.
Before, everyone was nervous and excited about, and they should have been, because it was getting pretty close to the United States.
And he says no matter where he's traveled, McDonald County will always be his favorite place.
I love it here. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Following the war, Corporal Hobbs says he had a series of jobs related to agriculture, and he even continued his life of service by working as Chief Deputy for the McDonald County Sheriff's Department. Looking back on World War II, he has chosen not to remember many of his experiences from that time, but he says one thing he does remember is how united the country truly was.
They really got together back in the 40s, more so than I've ever seen the country get together.
And he believes we can unite like that again.
I hope so. I just dearly hope so.
Reporting in Anderson, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Earlier this year, Corporal Hobbs received a resolution from the Missouri House of Representatives in honor of his service. State Representative Dirk Deaton presented it to him at his home, and he received it while surrounded by dozens of his family members.